Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Starting Monday podcast. It is January 2024 and we are here, myself and Mr. Matthew. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing, Barry?
I'm doing alright. I'm doing good. It's nice to see you. It's good to be back.
This music is obnoxiously loud, isn't it?
It is a little bit. I'll bring it down. We're a bit rusty as always.
Yeah.
Not quite sticking to our schedules, but we hope you guys are sticking to your schedules and you are training well.
Let's just pretend we're like sticking to our schedule. This is what we meant. We meant to leave it for another month before we recorded, didn't we, Barry?
I think we did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to the stage where we weren't actually sure.
We got to stop bringing it up that we.
Yeah, we should.
Recording now.
We should. It's the last time I'm going to mention it, but we didn't know how to start the record button. We didn't know if it was hit it once, twice, or hold it down.
Yes, yeah, so we could
how
be
long it's been.
Speaking to no one right now, and this could.
It's a bit like it's a bit like when our members have a big layoff of the gym and they forget what the code is to get in the door. It's a bit like that. It's not a good place to be.
It's not. Locked outside in the cold.
Yeah.
Barry, what's the code?
So, how are you getting on anyway, Matthew? How's the start of the year been for you? How's Christmas? Tell us a little bit about where you're at.
How's the start of the year been? The start of the year's been all right, actually. It's been busy. Obviously, we both work in gyms. January, so it's been busy. A lot going on, especially at work. But training-wise, good. Mm-hmm. I get less hip pain these days, which is good.
Brilliant.
I did a 200 deadlift for 5, not a PB, but it's respectable. And then over Christmas and all that, just enjoying myself. Good times, isn't it? That's what you got to do.
So did you like sort of like kick back a little bit at Christmas time? Not train as much, or were you very consistent? Or?
No, I trained actually. I got because I live in town and obviously I had a bit more time off. I got a little 2-week pass at a gym and I trained there.
A little bit more nights out over December.
Yeah, a little bit more drinking, but like not a lot. It's a little bit. Saw the guys a couple times. Yeah, nice to catch up with people, see people.
So when Christmas and New Year and all that's done out the way, for you, right? Is it just another week, just another day? Or did you feel like it is like the turn of a new page or whatever? Do you know how a lot of people are like that?
Yeah,
I'm getting something.
I know what you mean, but no, it's just another day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just wake up and just like do my usual stuff. I'm a man of routine, so like nothing changes. I guess I maybe have a think in terms of like fitness goals, maybe. That's probably a good question. So like I probably sit there and go, what would I like to achieve this year? But I would say last year, because of my injuries and all that, I didn't really get anywhere near to achieving what I wanted to. So maybe I was a bit more lax with my fitness goals this year. But no, it's just another day, isn't it? Another day.
Oh, definitely. I try and just keep fairly consistent through December, not treat it like any other different month. But inevitably, once you take that time off work, the calories build up, the alcohol starts to increase.
That's when the training's good though, isn't it?
The trainings drops a little bit because you're not.
So you got all those calories. You get
stuff.
Like great workouts, don't you? I do actually find around Christmas I'll probably hit the most PBs. Usually in my training because I better sleep, more time off, more food.
Yeah,
hit some PBs. How was your start of the year been? You've been away. You were in London.
Good.
Guys already had a holiday. It's month number 1. He's already away.
I wasn't a holiday.
So what was it?
A couple of days away. I'm allowed that.
How many days away were you?
Just 2.
You were only away for 2 days?
Just the weekend.
That it?
Yeah, just the weekend in London.
To be fair, flights are very cheap right now, aren't they?
They were quite reasonable for once, I thought.
All right, how much?
British Airways as well.
Oh, Heathrow.
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. It was about that, yeah. But that's decent, I think, for...
I'm going down next month. Guess how much for flights? I am flying to Luton. Obviously a lovely place. 44 quid.
A bit more difficult to get into town from there, though.
44 quid? No, you don't. Jump on it. Get a bus to the train station, jump on a train.
That's a good price. That's well worth it.
Quid,
yeah, for me, I always just sort of think, like you said there, what do I want to achieve in 2024? Because I do think setting some goals at the start of the year is quite useful, quite important.
But do you have, obviously we spoke before and you're doing your High Rocks event, so do you have any other goals?
Yeah, I'll set myself little mini goals. You know what I mean?
Go on, what you got?
So
mic's dropping. Sorry guys, my mic's slowly falling.
It's falling off the edge of the
Oh my God.
Fix it.
I'm trying.
I'll waffle while you're fixing your mic.
Okay, I'm going to try. Right. Wait, can you know what? Barry, go mute me for a second. You can waffle and I'll be muted. So
You're muted. He's off. So as Matthew fixes his mic and tries not to break anything else that we are using with our setup, I'll tell you about my 2024 goals. So as you know, I did a High Rocks last year, so big goal is to do another one this year, probably at the end of the year, a High Rocks solo, and hopefully improve on that time, which I think is quite a good training goal, gives me good motivation to stay consistent throughout the year. But I've really been wanting to climb some Munros. I've only actually ever climbed one Munro, which is kind of like quite pathetic, being a personal trainer from Aberdeenshire, and have only climbed one Munro. So I've climbed Mount Keene, but the aim is to do at least 4 this year. So hopefully I'll bring you back in, Matthew.
Yeah, I fixed it. Fixed it.
Hopefully Matthew can come with me and we'll climb Munros together. What do you think?
What Munro?
Any Munro.
So you climb Mount Keene?
I've only climbed one. So I'd like to climb a few more.
I've climbed 0, so you know what? I'll climb a Munro.
Yes, one up on you.
I'll climb a Munro.
I just think it's a good goal to set. I might do more than 4, but going by, like we said, we were going to do 4 episodes in December. We did 1, so I'll keep.
Well, technically
keep
we did
realistic.
2, didn't we? Because we jumped on
Oh yeah, we did.
your Lovely Friends podcast as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we should probably plug that. We
Go
were
on.
we were on the Journey Home podcast, which is on YouTube.
It is on YouTube.
They interviewed myself and Matthew.
How did you feel getting filmed?
Fine, I quite liked it. I was fine with it.
Do you feel like they got your good side? Yeah.
I'd have put on a better jumper if I was thinking about it first before I got down.
Yeah, same. I would have dressed more
But we
appropriately.
were both wearing blue, so we kind of clashed.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I came just from work and I was pretty tired.
yeah.
I just chucked on whatever.
Anyway, another goal I've got this year, actually, Matthew, I've noticed that my pull-ups have got pretty poor over the last few months. I don't know why, just maybe
Okay.
not been programming them in as much, maybe
What
gained a
would
little bit of
you
weight.
categorize as poor? Like
Poor.
yeah, it's poor.
Poor.
It's not poor. You know that, right?
Pour is like I pour milk into the
No. So I've
the
actually don't
coffee.
you start. I've had this conversation
pour,
with a client
pour
and
me,
we checked
pour me a
it.
glass of wine.
We checked it. You pour something. You don't pour something.
I'm sorry,
You
Matthew,
are
but
poor.
we're not going to waste 5 minutes speaking
It's
nonsense about this.
guys.
This is nonsense.
Look it up. Research it. It's poor.
Right. Okay.
Continue.
We'll say a different word to poor, right? We'll say pathetic. Okay.
Oh, you're saying like poor. Okay.
You're confusing me now.
Yeah. Okay. Continue. Yeah.
Poor. Anyway,
As in someone's poor.
I get what you're saying. It could be poor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's to do 20 unassisted bodyweight wide arm pull-ups
What? Like in a row?
in a row. 20. Do you think I could do it?
20 is brutal. I'd be honestly.
I'm glad you
if
think it's
did-
a good goal then.
If
Thank
you did 20, I'd be impressed.
I know. It's a
Like
tough goal.
full range. I think the most I've done full range, maybe like 14. And that's when I was a lot lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, can't do it now.
What can you do now?
I
2.
could probably do like, I think maybe like I'd like to say I could push 10, but probably like 9.
Okay.
I could do a set of 8.
So I'm about 8, 9 just now.
of like overhand wide grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably 8 or 9.
But I'm going to push it. I'm going to speak to you in December 2024 and I'm going to show you a little video of me doing 20. There you go.
Okay, all right, cool.
It's
No, I
out
love
there.
that. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
goal.
it's a good goal. Other than that, that's about it really. Just be healthy,
Couple Monroes, couple
build that
pull-ups,
consistency.
do high rocks.
I kind of go through periods where my nutrition is really good, and then it falls off a little bit, really good, falls off a little bit. And I know that is probably like what most people are like, but I would really like to just get a little bit more consistency throughout the year with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But what's your goal then in terms of, like, do you have a body fat level?
No,
you want to
not
hit, or
not necessarily. More just like, wanting to be healthy and just wanting to
look after yourself better.
look after myself, make sure I'm eating, good healthy food,
Yeah.
good sources of protein, good sources of carbohydrates, good sources of fats, limiting all the sort of
I think
junk
that's
that
valid,
comes
yeah,
into
yeah.
our diet over over the year. I'm not saying that it's definitely unhealthy to like restrict things, and I would never do that because I like a bag of crisps, I like a pint of beer, but I would like to have a more nutrient diet, so to speak.
Nutrient dense diet,
sorry.
Yeah. But no, I would probably say you look after yourself quite well. And you probably have quite a good balance as it is, right? You still go out, have a drink.
Yeah,
You're quite lean.
Yeah, thank you.
Quite fit.
Yeah.
Probably way
probably
better balance than me.
It is probably pretty good.
It's pretty good as it is.
That's just something that
nice.
That I think probably a lot of us are working on as we're getting older. Do you know what I mean? We're all trying to, better our lifestyle in some way.
Yeah.
So that we enjoy our lives for longer.
Oh, yeah, valid. All I want to do is just be strong again.
You're just obsessed with lifting weights, are you?
I like lifting weights, yeah, but I've been so injured. I just want to get back to a level where I was like, you know what? Good weights.
Yeah.
So I'm not at that.
So your focus is going to be on, staying injury free.
Just
what can you do differently in your training?
Yeah. I would say I've changed something already, and my hips are a lot better.
Tell us about it.
I don't want to badmouth any classes, but I was teaching a class, and to be fair, the people at my gym that come to my classes know this class bothers me. Not like I don't mind doing it, and I enjoy doing it.
Why'd you go to it if
it's
it bothers you?
Spin. Well,
you teach spin?
I did, yeah.
No, but you don't teach it now, do you?
Yeah, last year I did like 4 spin classes a week.
Let me know.
And I meant I do it because I cover or I help out, and you know what I mean? It's my job. It's my job. And I will still cover and help out when I need to, but recently I haven't been teaching them, and I haven't been required to. And my hip is so much better. Like so much better. It's not like pain-free yet, but every day it's getting better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. One thing in your training, if you just like change it, can make such a big difference. But yes, spin.
And is there anything else that aggravates these sort of little injuries you get? Is there anything you could do differently? I spoke about
before, like I had a back injury when I was young, and since then, and now and again, my back would just go into spasm, and that's it. Like,
is there anything in your training that you could be better at?
Well, it's probably directly linked to going heavier, right? So if I wanted to give up lifting heavy, would my hip and back be better? Yes. Do I want to do that? No.
Well, sometimes you got to have a happy medium somewhere.
Yeah. We all have our crutches.
Yeah. Talking about taking spin, I used, obviously years ago, I used to take spin.
Yeah.
I used to have to do the Monday morning 6:15 a.m. spin class every Monday. And that was back in the day when I used to really enjoy my Saturday nights. I'd be hanging all Sunday, and I'd be petrified about going in and doing
that time in the morning for like a spin. They just look at you.
Well, nobody communicates until that spin class is finished.
Yeah, no one speaks.
Nobody speaks.
Everyone's just like looking at you, and you're like, "Guys, are you ready?" And they're like, "Yeah, okay, right, let's go."
If anyone knows me, I'm not the best communicator at 6 a.m. in the morning, and 6 a.m. on a Monday morning. I was probably really bad.
Yeah.
It was probably like grunted at them, put the music on, got on the bike, and then transformed myself in the hour spin class, and then by the time it's finished, everybody's happy as Larry.
An hour spin class?
I can't remember what it was. It was probably 30 minutes then. I'm not sure.
We do 30 these days. We used to do 45, but it's
probably around about 30.
COVID, we cut to 30 for like getting more classes in.
We used to be more hardcore 15 years ago. Everyone's gone a bit soft, and classes last 10 minutes.
Everyone's gone a little bit soft. Classes last 10 minutes. To be fair, it's true. Everything's quick and fast these days.
Did you ever take body pump? And all those ones?
No. I've participated in body pump. I've never took it, but I'm grit qualified in Les Mills. Grit. And we do barbell classes, but they're more like lifting than there are body pump, where it's quite fast.
Yeah.
And a lot of pulses and all that. We do like barbell classes where we have like, they're doing exercises, but like more properly, if that makes sense. So that's good. We enjoy them.
It's good to do all these classes and be an instructor in different.
I love classes. I think they're great. Like you do boot camps, right? Anything like that where it's like community based. There's a lot of banter, a lot of chat. Love that.
I took part in today's boot camp, by the way, with the members.
Did you? You didn't post it, mate?
Don't need to. Don't need to show off
That's a
all the
lie. You
time.
usually do, mate.
Yeah.
Don't need to show off
Don't
all
need to
the
show off all the times. Sometimes I'm working and people don't know about it. You know?
To be fair, actually, you know what? I need to get better at posting these days on Instagram about actual stuff I do. I've noticed that.
Yeah, because if I look at you, right, your social media, all I see you do is squat, deadlift, bench. And, you know, you vary the angles from now and again, which is really good.
Yeah. I should film like whole workouts and then film my clients more and things like that. And just so people have some more content they can engage with or get motivated by. But yeah, I think we're all a bit lazy. You know what? Says you. Actually, no, wait, you're better these days. You're better than I am. I'm thinking about it.
Anyway, what's good? What could be better with your lifestyle just now, Matthew? For example, for me, I could definitely be better with my weekends. I'd say that, you know, my weekends have sort of tailed off a little bit towards the end of last year, and I haven't sort of really picked up on them.
How do you mean?
Well, just like, you know, bottles of wine, that sort of stuff. I think it's
okay, like drinking alcohol.
Yeah,
that
like
sort of stuff.
I think it's good to have a chat and say, like, you know, where are we doing good? What could we do better? You know, I always have this conversation with my clients. You know, let's look at what we're doing really well just now. You're hitting your 3 or 4 sessions a week. Brilliant. You're building that great consistency in your training. You know, what's not going so well? Okay, your sleep has been a bit of an issue. Yeah. That sort of thing. How can we address that? For me as well, sleep probably hasn't been that good.
I can relate to that right now. My sleep's not been too great.
I always find that if sleep's not good, it's like a domino effect. All the other stuff round about it's just shot, you know?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, you train worse because you're tired. I feel like you eat more because you're tired.
Yes.
And then if I'm not sure, but if you have a bad workout, it puts you off a little bit. You're like, oh, I can't be bothered. Like, so it's demotivating as a whole. And that can all be tied back to things like, sleep.
So even like just like addressing sleep is like so important. Like that could be like the one thing that you change that you make with yourself or with your client. That, you know, 3 or 4 weeks down the line, you haven't changed anything else, but everything else is starting to be better. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
They're starting to choose better foods. They're feeling more energetic.
Feeling better, training
They're going
better.
outside more. They're moving more.
Yeah.
So I always think sleep and maybe your walking and your daily activity are sort of go hand in hand.
It's kind of like the boring stuff, isn't it? Like the things people go, oh, it's not that important.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference.
Exactly, because if we were going to mention, like, you know, what should people do in January to sort of get themselves going again, it is quite a boring chat. But like, you know, you go on social media, you see everyone's telling you the same things, but it is literally things like, you know, drink more water, start the day with a pint of water, focus on your hydration, you know, prioritize your sleep. Get outside, get fresh air, get walking, get moving. And these are 3 really simple things, but if you nail them, your diet and your training will probably, you know.
So what are you finding with your sleep then right now? What's bad about it? What's the issue?
Well, I wasn't sleeping.
Are you staying up later?
Yeah, it's easy.
Well, that's
it's an
what
easy
I
fix.
do as well. And I do feel like over the winter period, because it's dark all the time, even when it's like 11 o'clock at night, you're just sitting there going, oh, it's still dark. Mm-hmm. It was dark at 5 o'clock. It was dark at 6 in. So like you don't notice the difference. You have that daylight waking you up, and then the nighttime comes, you go, oh, it's bedtime now. Do you? It's constantly dark. So I've been bad for like staying up probably a bit too late.
No, I've been bad for watching things, like things on Netflix and that.
Watching things.
And then no, I didn't want to say series because I knew I can't say it.
What are you watching?
Well, I was watching Kin.
I'm actually
on
interested
BBC
because I've got
iPlayer.
nothing to watch. Kin,
Kin, and then I've actually the second season I was watching as well. On a Fire Stick.
Did you watch that film Saltburn that everyone's chatting about?
What's it called?
Saltburn.
No.
I haven't seen it. It's on Netflix. No, it's not on Netflix. It's on Amazon. It's very weird. And it's not very weird.
I was also watching Gangs of London as well.
Gangs of London.
So binging a little bit on these things, you know, scrolling through social media. These are things that if I address quite quickly, I know that I'll start training better, choosing better foods, and probably sleeping better. you know?
Yeah.
So
I
it's
feel
not-
like I've been
it's
working
not like a
quite
huge
late as
fix.
well. Working quite late, dark days. Just haven't been sleeping as well. Maybe it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, I'm going to bed now. I'm like, this is pretty irresponsible. I should have been sleeping like 2 hours ago.
So you've obviously seen loads of people come into your gym. Your gym's a lot busier. We're a lot busier as well. Just not that we've picked up lots and lots of new members or anything like that, but it's more just been a lot of the members that maybe weren't as consistent.
Yeah, or they've
started like,
again. Yeah.
dialing down a little bit more and getting their sessions in. That sort of thing, which is really, really good. Have you had a lot of like people come to you for nutritional advice or diet advice, or do you know people that are doing diets or this sort of stuff? Or what do you think about dieting in general?
There's been a bigger uptake in like, well, yeah, we're probably similar. We're busier mainly because a lot of people are coming back or motivated again, being like, oh, it's start of the year, getting back into it. Obviously, we've had an increase in members, but it's not probably our busiest January in terms of that. But have people been approaching me more? Possibly, yeah. I would probably say so, but I'm trying to think because
what do you think?
When you're working like 10, 12 hours, it's all blends into one, isn't it? Like people just asking you questions, you answer them. I'm trying to think if I've been busier.
Are you not going to be doing dry January, or is it veganuary? Whatever. I don't know.
If I was meant to be doing dry January, I've failed already, haven't I? No, I do like people who do dry January. I actually saw. Sorry, this is off topic a little bit, but I saw a clip today of a Liverpool fan who was in the pub and he's getting interviewed. Oh, what do you think about Jurgen Klopp's leaving? And he was, I'm just so upset. I was doing dry January, but I just had to have a pint. So he's quit as well. I do like people who do it though. I think it's good change in habits, right? So if you're drinking a lot in December, then kind of cold turkey it. But I don't drink much as it is. I think you drink more than I do, don't you?
No, I don't.
Couple of bottles of wine at the weekend.
It's never a bad thing for you to go through a period of not drinking. Let's put it that way. So
yeah,
100%. On that front, it's probably pretty good. And I know people do it is it October as well? Sober October or something?
Is that a thing now
I don't
as
know.
well? Sober
I think
October?
it rhymes. So they do that.
Let's make it. Why not?
But it's also a load of shit, is it? Like, I mean,
oh yeah.
Like, what's the point if you're just going to get tanked up December and February?
Yeah, then at least for one of the months you're all right. The other 11 you might be crap, but at least one you're okay.
Yeah, but what do you achieve from doing that?
I think it's because December's so heavy that then January you cold turkey it. By February people aren't going out as much, and then suddenly it's summer and you can start drinking again. I would probably say it is a good thing as a whole. I would probably have to argue, I'd have to be devil's advocate here and argue against you that I do actually quite like it. I feel like a bit of cold turkey is not a bad thing, even if it's just for a month.
It might like I said,
habits.
it's never going to be a bad thing. But
if you're an alcoholic, you're gonna go back in February.
It's just going through that. It's similar to that cycle of dieting, stop diet, gain weight, dieting, lose a little bit of weight, stop diet, gain weight. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like, what are you learning from it? What are you teaching yourself?
There is a mad stat with that. Isn't it like 90% of people who diet will put that weight back on?
Exactly.
That's crazy, isn't it?
So I think if you're doing
crazy.
like dry January, try and like it's great that you're doing it.
Maybe
you're maybe doing it because you have an issue with alcohol or something like that. Which
we're not saying you do, but you might.
But take away something from it. Like how did it make me feel? Like what did I enjoy about it? How did it affect my performance in the gym? How did it affect my life in general? How did it affect my sleep? How did it affect my energy levels, my choices with food, that sort of stuff, my body composition, and take some positives from it and then try and, continue that into like the other months of the year. You don't have to go like, you don't have to go like,
so rather than it's just January or February, you go, how am I going to maintain this sort of habit?
Exactly.
Maybe I'll drink once every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like you're going to maintain it rather than, it's going back on the wagon.
Exactly, or maybe ask yourself, like, what are my reasons for drinking? Do you know? Is it because I feel a certain way? Is it because I'm meeting up with friends that I haven't seen for a while, and it's about having a good time, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I sometimes think some people I work with that I try and coach and things like that, they're drinking too much. It's stopping them from achieving the things that they really want to achieve. So therefore, you need to sort of look at the reasons why you're doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. People also don't realize how much it's impacting their life as well, right? Probably don't realize that it's making an impact. I don't drink much at all. I had 2 gins 2 weeks ago. So my mom got me a bottle of gin for Christmas. And I woke up in the morning, my head was killing me. I was like, wow, I do not drink much. But I'm a social drinker. I'll go out with my mates and like have 1 or 2, But then I'll probably go to, I don't know, Diet Coke after that. I'm not one for binge drinking.
See, after this, you fancy going to the pub?
Just around the corner, innit? Yeah, why not? Why not? I'll have a large Diet Coke.
All that talk about drinking. It's got to be
You make me thirsty.
Yeah. But I'm trying to relate it to the dry January thing to like, diet. So like, I always think as well, like if your diet is like excluding like a major food group like carbohydrates or really low carbohydrates or fat or really low fat or you're not eating a lot of like proper food, you're just having shakes and things like that. It's for me, that's not something that I would entertain personally for myself or get a lot of my clients to entertain, because what are they learning from that? Do you know what I mean? I'll tell you what they're learning from it is they're learning from it that when they do this cycle of extreme eating, they lose a lot of weight. But when they stop and they go back to like their normal eating, they gain a lot of weight. So they think that they can only lose weight if they do these extreme things.
They probably build like a hatred towards certain food groups. So you said if someone eliminates carbs and they lose weight, they go, "Oh, carbs are evil now." And whenever they probably eat carbs, they feel bad. They're like, "Oh, I shouldn't really be having that. It's bad." But yeah, you're right. People yo-yo quite a lot. It's probably like that bit between like the diet, so what you do, and then the bit afterwards where you try and reintroduce things. So you said like if you are gonna drink, so how are you gonna reintroduce that? If you did eliminate carbs, how are you gonna reintroduce carbohydrates without you then just going back to where you were before and putting all the weight back on and rinse and repeating over and over again? As we said, I think it is like something like 90%. I think it's over 90% of people who lose weight through a diet will just put it back on. It's just brutal.
Exactly. It's a huge statistic. It's a scary stat, to be fair. And I think like generally diets don't work. I prefer to look at your nutrition and just generally and make general changes and adaptations week to week, so that when you can look back, say 6 months down the line, you don't feel like you've been on a diet, but you can tell the difference between your nutrition now to what it was before. It looks different, it feels different. You've made results, and it's more sustainable. Yeah, you get where I'm coming from, Matthew.
How do you feel about like unhealthy exercise habits then? People who possibly do too much exercise or overtrain or kind of run themselves into the ground.
It's probably not. There's probably not as many people out there as we think that are probably in that category. But I think it's a pretty. I think it's a good thing to speak about, because from the time that I've been in this industry, I've definitely witnessed quite a lot of people that have been in that sort of
that loop.
Yeah. Like, what are you specifically?
I feel like so people going to, I kind of see it a lot probably with more class goers.
Folk at home are sitting going, definitely not me.
Yeah, but like class goers, you might
I've been once in the last 2 weeks.
They go to the gym like 6-7 days a week. And they feel like they've got to burn calories every day. They've got to work out every day. And then, as we were saying before, they come home, they're fatigued, they don't sleep well, and then they're just in a cycle of constantly being tired and constantly exercising, and then not really achieving their goals. And if you're that tired, you're inherently probably pretty miserable at the same time. So I was saying it in aspects of like taking time off, recovering, and then going back into it. I've done it in the past, especially when I got like first into lifting, and I was training like 7 days a week, and you don't realize what you're doing. You're like, oh no, let's go and do something light, and then
you've been in this.
Yeah. I've trained like 6-7 days a week and just been tired, and you don't really achieve. Like, for example, my strength wasn't really going up as fast as it probably should. I wasn't probably gaining as much muscle as I probably could if I was recovering properly. And you're stuck in this loop, and you're going, oh no, I need to train so then I can get stronger or I can get fitter, and you're just going round and round and round. And I want to bring it up because I feel like a lot of people out there take your rest days. If you're training like 7 days a week, just calm down a little bit as well.
No, the two things that annoy me the most is people that don't do anything and that complain about not getting the results, but they're extremely lazy. So like they're at one end of the scale, and the people at the far end of the scale that are just constantly doing everything, and then also moaning that they're not getting the results. But it's just,
it's that middle ground.
Exactly. Stay away from the extreme ends and try and get yourself into the sort of middle zone. I've definitely been in that situation once that I can think of, and that was when I first started my own business on myself. I was training for the New York Marathon. I was still doing like a lot of like classes to earn extra money, like teaching body pump, spin, that sort of stuff. Doing personal training from my own business, which is quite stressful anyway. Playing football for a team, and also just training my weights, because I was like, I know, because I was like, I need to keep strong, and I need to make sure that I'm building muscle and all this sort of stuff. And I actually got myself into a bit of a mess. I ended up getting these allergic reactions. At the time, I didn't know the reasons behind it. I just thought probably my nutrition wasn't too good at this time as well. But I started to get like a swollen lip or a swollen tongue or things like that. Yeah. And a couple of times it was quite scary, because, if you wake up during the middle of the night and your tongue's swollen,
what on earth were you up to? Why? What happened? Why are you getting this?
Exactly.
I'm overtrained. I know how to swollen tongue.
Well, it was just, I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to explain it. I had no idea what was going on. I thought, there's something not right with me. Like, I thought I had an allergic reaction to something I've eaten or something like that. Initially, that's what I thought.
Okay, yeah.
So I was in hospital first few times, and I think it was an antihistamine plus a steroid injection sorted it out, and then you're back to normal within a few hours, whatever. But it kept happening over and over again. But the weird thing was, it was like a different place in my body each time. It was initially just like my lip or my tongue. But that was quite scary, actually. Your tongue swelling up, because
I can imagine. Yeah.
It was like, if you don't address this quickly, it's going to keep getting bigger. Your
whole body would just be a tongue.
Yeah, but
it's going to be that big.
So over the course of a period, right? Obviously, I started to see a doctor and things like that, and get like blood tests and
what do you say? You're just doing too much bicep curls.
I'm going to get to that.
Down the dumbbells.
I'm going to get to that. But there's a couple of funny bits before we get there. So like my eyelid was swollen. My eyelid, my chin.
I've never seen someone with a swollen chin before.
Anywhere there's like sort of like soft tissue type, my feet. Like, I actually went to hospital once because I couldn't get my feet inside shoes.
Okay.
And there's one more.
God, just like you're an old man. You've just got this water retention everywhere. Yeah, go on. One more, what else?
Yeah, my testicles. Honestly, mate, it was a bad time. Like, but anyway, it turned out I wasn't allergic to anything. They couldn't find anything wrong with me. Did a lot of blood tests and all this sort of stuff. Everything was really like normal or healthy. But I was just like extremely stressed. It was like it
was pure stress. That's
possible stress, over exercise, over exertion, like putting my body through too much things mentally and physically at that time. That's the explanation I got anyway. Was given some medication to take on a permanent basis, which would sort this out. And then I took it for like maybe 9 months or something. And I was like, I just feel different. In yourself, you feel different.
Yeah.
Like, I just stopped taking it, and it never ever came back. And that's probably like, I don't know.
Well, you meant to take the medication forever?
Well, go back and get more when it runs out, that sort of thing, and keep it going, or probably like making an appointment or whatever. But
so I was thinking, guys, if you overexercise, you're going to be tired and you should look after yourself and take some days off. Barry exercised so hard his testicles got fucking massive. That's crazy. That's the worst thing I've heard. Overexercising. It just started like ballooning up.
Yeah.
In random areas.
And it never happened ever again. Like, it was just like almost I felt like I don't feel like I felt different.
Your cue, if it ever happens again, you're like, oh God, need to take a couple days off.
If anyone's listened to this and this has ever happened to you, then we should like create a focus group.
Let us know.
And let me know.
Focus group.
Let's speak
make
about
a Facebook group.
Yeah.
We can chat about it, our experience.
No, but it's a bit weird, is it?
Yeah, that's random, man.
It is a bit random.
It's
but
quite interesting, though.
Cut long story short, sorry if that bored you to death there, but I think it was to do with doing too much. Like, so much, like, and yeah, you were asking about that, so I thought I would speak about it.
Yeah, valid.
Yeah.
Good story.
But in general, signs that you're doing too much, what could we say they were? Fatigue, low energy.
Yeah. And especially if you feel like you have an unhealthy habit, if you're feeling guilty about not exercising on a day, you have an unhealthy habit around that. Like, you shouldn't feel guilty for taking a day off.
Yeah, that's kind of almost a different conversation altogether, isn't it? Like,
yeah. But I think it's linked, because if you're feeling guilty, people then go exercise. You know what I mean? It's like, it is a vicious cycle.
Trouble sleeping.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you won't sleep right, and then
generally, like, if your performance is dropping, or your results are reversing.
I remember when I was doing it and I was overtraining, and it's like you go in and you're not hitting the numbers, and you feel like, oh, it's because I haven't been training hard enough, rather than I'm not taking the time off.
Yeah.
And again, it's in that cycle of just going round and round and round.
Well, if your week's got no rest days, or you're doing double sessions, 3 or 4 times a week, you're probably doing too much.
Yeah, 100%. Do you ever done double sessions?
Ages ago, when I was younger, when I read that it was good for hypertrophy. So yeah, but
did you?
Probably didn't back it up with the right nutrition.
I always feel like it's
and
like
just probably ended
people
up
just
making
purely
myself
work online.
tired.
There's like more time. I could never do that.
Yeah. No, it's interesting to speak about, and hopefully someone out there at least laughed at my balls swelling.
I think it's a good story. Do you want a random story that's actually linked to testicles? I met a guy. He's ace. He's such a lovely guy. He's my first ever client, and we still keep up with each other like now and again. But I bumped into him in Sainsbury's yesterday. I was like, "Oh, hey, how are you getting on?" And he was like, "I'm good.
I've got swollen testicles."
Basically, he's like, "Not gonna lie, a couple of weeks off. Had a massive growth in my testicle and had to get it removed." I was like, "Okay, thanks for sharing. Thanks for that, man." And he's like, "No point lying." I was
and
like,
you've
okay.
just shared it with the 12 people that tune into this
no one knows
podcast.
who it is. 12 people. We won't out him.
So what's happening this weekend for you, Matthew? Anything exciting?
No. Is that a good answer? Just end the podcast.
End off.
I'm training tomorrow. I train every Sunday. I like
you train on Sunday?
Well, I used to work on Sundays, and then I would train after working, and now I've just kept it up that I train on a Sunday. And then today, this is a Saturday right now, guys, and we are filming the podcast. And I've had a productive day. I've been doing...
Not filming it.
Well, recording it. God. And then, we filmed, to be fair, we filmed the last one with your lovely friend. And then just a chores today. I'm just going to chill out tonight, I think. Maybe watch a film. I
don't train on a Sunday. I very seldomly train on a Sunday.
Yeah, but you have a family, though. It's very different, isn't it?
Yeah. But I don't like training on a Sunday anyway. I don't think
I've just built a habit, yeah. I usually wouldn't train on a Sunday, but now I do. So.
I'll train on a Saturday, though. I like a Saturday. I think, I always played football on a Saturday. I always feel like, exercising on a Saturday is a good thing.
Again, but it's habitual, though, isn't it? So it's like your habit is a Saturday morning training. Mm-hmm. I would never train on a Sunday otherwise, but now I just do. And it means I get on a Friday, I don't have to train, which is quite nice. I get to just work and get stuff done. Mm-hmm. I'm quite productive at work now because I've got more time to do stuff, which is quite good.
Did you see that we're running our fitness retreat?
Have I seen where you're running your fitness retreat?
Did you see my Instagram post about running another fitness retreat?
Yeah, you told me about this ages ago.
Yeah, I just wanted an excuse to speak about it.
I will say, without plugging it, the gym setup looks fantastic.
Looks good, eh?
Because I remember you went out there, you were telling me you were going out there, and you sent me pictures. I kind of get, it's got like racks underneath, doesn't it? And then it's got racks it's got a gym area on top, and it's got racks under as well.
Yes. It's like 2 levels. There's
who, out of curiosity, who owns it? Like,
well, there's a guy from Bristol actually.
Okay, yeah.
And him and his wife.
He must have stupid money.
He's worked super hard to
I'm not saying
build this retreat location, which is beautiful.
Is it built for retreats? Or has he built it and then let's do some retreats?
No, I think he's built it with retreats in mind. But
what does he work as?
This is what they do full time.
Oh, that's what they do for retreats and all that sort of stuff.
And like, obviously you can sell Airbnb and stuff at their place.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. Because the gym setup's like brilliant. Like guys, I don't only have it's like there's 4 or 5 racks underneath, isn't there?
If you're interested,
and there's
guys,
like 2 or 3 in the main gym as well.
Drop me an email, personaltraining@barrystephen.com, or contact
God.
me on any of my social media channels. I'll give you all the details and you can come along. It looks 7 days.
It looks crap. It looks terrible. Don't go.
7 days, October 11th to October the 18th, 2024.
Yeah,
Portugal. 90 minutes from Porto. It's very rustic, it's in a sort of farm environment, but very nice. Really good accommodation, great training facilities, swimming pool, sauna, jacuzzi, right by the river. If you like,
will you do day trips to Porto?
No.
Oh.
No. It'll be like we'll be on site and we might go somewhere a little bit local, but no. But there'll be there's a good chance that you could finish your holiday in Porto.
Is it nice? I want to go to Porto. It's on my list.
Yeah, Porto is so nice. The city of Porto, beautiful. So for me, I'll probably do the retreat for 7 days, and then I'll spend 2 or 3 days in Porto, and then come home.
Where'd you fly from?
Edinburgh.
Thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen some flights to Porto from there.
But would you ever go on a fitness retreat, Matthew? Would it be up your street?
Would I ever go on a fitness retreat? That's a great question. Really thinking about it. Is it my cup of tea? Probably not. As in, if I was going to go to exercise, if I was going to go and do it, and I was like, "Oh, I really want to do that." No, probably not. I like a city break. I like my holidays for holiday's sake.
Okay.
More than I'd go
I get that. I appreciate
but
that.
I also sort of get them as a whole. I think it's a really good experience.
There is a lot of people out there that really they like those sort of holidays, also like family holidays, but they enjoy going on a sort of different holiday experience.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm at a stage in my life where it's like, I'm single. I don't have a family. I can just go city breaks and all that. So that's, for me right now, it's what holidaying is. But in 20 years' time or 15 years' time or 10 years, if I had a family and things like that, and I am really into fitness, would I want to go on one? Yeah, probably be very different. Maybe I would, yeah.
So,
especially with spending time with you, Barry.
Exactly.
Love to spend time
come
with
along. So, you just sort of let us know there that you're single.
Yeah.
He's moving away from the mic.
What's the question?
He's giving me the chop the head off.
No, go on. What's the question?
Do you use that online dating sites and stuff like that? I don't really know what they're called or how they work.
I've got two apps.
You're on 2?
I'm on 2.
What are they? Come on, tell us. This might lead to something.
I'm on Tinder. I'm on Hinge. All right.
You're on Tinder and you're on Hinge.
And
Hinge.
I will say,
why do they call it that? Hinge.
You know what? Good question. I don't know. Oh.
Weird.
Because it's you require a hinge to open a door.
Ah.
Look at that. That's quite good, wasn't it? Maybe it is.
Okay. Fair dude.
But
might be something to do with that.
My thing is, as people always said to me, my mates tell me, like, you need to put yourself out there, and I will chat to nobody on these apps.
So you won't chat to people online?
Nope.
Would you chat to people in the pub?
Yes.
So you're more of a traditional guy.
No, I am a traditional guy. I like meeting people and speaking to people and then getting to know them. I find that better. But would I speak to people on like dating apps? No.
Why?
I don't know you.
Why are you
it's
on them
such
then?
general. Whenever I've used it in the past, it's always such general chat. I'm on it purely for an ego boost, Barry. You go on and go, oh, they like me. I'm not bad looking then, am I? Yep. Can move on with my day now.
Is there not one where
the guy I was best man for at my the wedding I went to in September, he met his wife through Tinder.
Okay.
So it does work. It does work. She's still saved as, I think it's Tinder Babe on his phone, which I brought up at the wedding. I said, thank God you're keeping first names out of it to keep your options open.
So have you had dates off of these?
No, never.
No.
Nah, never. No, maybe not never. Maybe one or two. But don't forget, I've had what? I've probably had like one or two serious girlfriends in the last like 10 years. Mm-hmm. So I've been on dating apps for a while. And I would not date off Tinder. Maybe I think one or two.
Is there not a dating app where the woman makes a first move?
Bumble, I think. Yeah, Bumble. You match and the girl's got to speak first. Yeah, but
because you're not doing anything.
Barry,
you're not
it's the worst chat. It's the worst chat. It's the worst.
Okay.
It's like,
let's wrap that up.
They're like, hey, how are you? And you go, oh, I'm good, thanks. How are you? You had a busy day? Yeah, pretty busy. How's your? Yeah, busy too. Yeah, you've been up to much? Like such crap chat. Or they hit you with like with a chat up line, and it's, you know what? I had a funny one recently, so I'm gonna go look it up quickly. I'm gonna chat while I look. But then you've never really experienced any dating apps, have you, Barry?
No.
Because obviously you're married, happily married, and yeah, they're a bit random.
Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. It has sort of took a little bit of a side path into some different conversations, but it is what it is. It is
what it is. I was trying to find this. Some girl did fire me a chat line recently, and it actually was quite good. It was quite good.
Was it?
Yeah, I laughed.
Okay.
It's rare that anyone gets you to laugh. Put it that way.
We'll talk about this chat line next time, but we'll wrap up there, guys, because we try not to make these sessions too long. But it's been good getting back into it. It's been good speaking to Matthew, and it's been good chatting to you guys.
Terrible chatting to Barry.
I don't even know what we spoke about today, but hopefully there was
testicles.
Some take homes. We'll see you next time. Bye.